Coming up next, we'll have the monsters. But before we do that, let's go to Mike Gallaway and a special guest to learn more about the monster truck competition.
Well, we're just about ready for monster truck competition. And Jim Kramer, driver of Bigfoot. Jim, what's it going to take to win this competition tonight?
It's going to be fierce here in the World Finals. I tell you, it's a heck of a course out here. The trucks are starting at the base of the first hill, accelerating over the first hill, coming up to a pyramid of cars. We're talking 12-foot high, 40-foot long, coming off the pyramid of cars, hopefully very fast or quickly, hitting the second hill, making a sharp corner either right or left, depending what track you're on, getting as straight as you can, and then barreling down the straightaway, hitting 6 cars, over 6 cars, and across the finish line. This could be very, very exciting.
Jim, what will the drivers be thinking about when they make the curve?
The curve is going to be one of the really toughest parts of the track. It's you've only got about 36 usable feet. If you stretch it out, you might be able to get 40. That's really tight for a monster truck. Drivers have to be, of course, accelerating, coming over the hill, coming to almost a complete stop, making the corner, get back on the gas, get straight, like I said, because it's very important to be straight for that last set of cars, Mike. The last set of cars are going to make you or break you here.
Well, Jim, I'm going to take you upstairs, and we're going to watch the monster truck competition upstairs, and we'll be back with the battle of the monster trucks in just a moment.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Houston Astrodome. I'm John Paul Della Camera, along with Mike Gallaway, and also joining us, Jim Kramer, who represents Bigfoot. What we're about to talk about is the monster truck competition, so I'm going to make way and let the experts talk about it, starting with you, Mike.
I think it's going to be great competition tonight for the simple reason that we're running this pyramid of cars. And this is the first time we've seen this in a dome stadium like this. Jim, how tough is the pyramid of cars?
Well, you take the whole track, Mike, just sitting here looking over it, I'd give it a degree of difficulty about number 8 in a 10 scale. You got to start off with a jump, run about 60 feet under acceleration, hit this pyramid of cars. Cars are roughly 12 foot tall, about 40 foot long. You got to climb those cars, and the first 2 runs are going to be difficult because it's going to be hard to do. Get those cars crushed right for the subsequent runs. And once you're over that pyramid, hit the ground, run about another 60 feet, another jump. You have to charge the second jump, immediately put on the brakes, try to make either hard right or left turn, depending on what track you're on. Then race down and hit these 6 cars for the ending, and you've got to hit those cars and under speed and hit them straight. If you don't, you're liable to see monster trucks careen to the left or to the right up on 2 wheels or whatever.
Now it's time for the monster competition, and we're going to take a look at Bigfoot first, and Rich Hauser will be doing the driving.
Off and running with Bigfoot. Rich charging the cars. Now here's the big tough part, over this pyramid. And he's doing it. He's got about a truck length on the Duraliner Giant over the last hill, getting some air. Here's the tough part of the course, according to Jim Kramer. He makes a tight turn, and now he's got the straightaway down the front chute with Bigfoot. He's got to line up and hit the cars on the run. He's got a big lead up in the air, over. It's going to be a Bigfoot victory in the first round. Duraliner Giant runs into problems, but Bigfoot takes it home. Duraliner Giant standing it right up on the rear tires. As he charges the cars, a true competitor. He knows he's out of the race, but he puts on quite a show for the people in the Duraliner Giant. So the Duraliner Giant falls to an early elimination as Bigfoot takes home a victory. This is going to be a good race. This is Excaliber against the Virginia Giant. And this Excaliber truck has really been charging hard. Mike Nichols up against the Virginia Giant, Dale Wilson. I don't believe I could pick a favorite on this.
They ran together about 2 weeks ago, and I was there. Excellent run. Excaliber just, he's a little bit slower, say, on the turns, but excellent on the cars. This man hits the cars wide open.
I've seen him do that a number of times, and if there's any way to go over him, he will go over them very quickly.
Now you take Dale Wilson, the man of experience here. He can do it all. He can hit the cars, he can make the corners. He's a very good competitive truck. Never count Dale out.
Dale's always tough with the Virginia Giant truck as they're staging him up to the line. The winner of this will advance to the second round.
The idea here is, Mike, is make the best run you can, keep your truck together, and keep it running for the next round, because you don't win a race.
Dale's got an early lead, but right, this is what's going to tell the tale. Excaliber almost goes over, but he gets a good hold shot on the Giant. Dale Wilson is putting on a charge, a good quick turn. Deal making a very tight turn. Now it's a straight shot at the cars. Who's it going to be? Deal Wilson is lined up. Deal seems to be in good shape. Watch out, Excaliber's making a charge right at the last minute. It's Deal Wilson. Deal Wilson really putting on a good drive. I think Deal used his head pretty much on that pass. Well, here's where the Virginia Giant leads on him and heads down the straightaway. Here's where he's got to lead. Good smooth jump.
Really smooth. Notice he's coming down. The tire speed's still up. Maintaining control. About to get on the gas one last time to make that finish line.
Very good job. Deal Wilson advances the second round with the Virginia Giant. Fred Schaefer on the far side in Barefoot. Of course, the ever-awesome Don Maples on the near side. Both of these trucks are quite a bit heavier than some of the other trucks.
Yes, they are. They weigh in about anywhere 15 to 18,000 pounds. But then again, they have 1,000 to 1,200 horsepower, where a lot of these other trucks you just saw run only 700, 800 horsepower. It's hard to control horsepower, especially on a track like this. You got to get on the gas, get off of it, try to maintain a smooth run. When your engine is so responsive, you hit those cars wrong, you're going straight up in the air instead of making forward progression. You've got to try to keep that motor under control, and we're going to see who's going to be the master of that fact.
Cars are looking a little worse for wear, especially on this pyramid, but that's kind of good for the monster truck drivers, isn't it? When they get them crushed down, it makes them easier to go over.
It does, but you notice the pyramid in the far lane is getting a definite lean toward this side of the building, and that tends to throw the truck off to the left. The last racer came off to the left.
This is a close one. Fred Schaefer's having problems as he mentioned controlling that horsepower. Look out, Fred Schaefer up on two wheels. Up on two wheels with Barefoot, and he's still got a problem. He's in over. I think Fred has really kind of stunned himself. He thought he was going to go over. It's a tight turn. Fred Schaefer makes the turn. He just comes for the cars, making a good, strong pass. Schaefer taking out a victory as Don Maples just really puts a lot of air underneath the Samson truck. Well, right here, he's made the turn and he's headed for the final set of cars. And you can tell Fred's really got his mind on it.
He's straightened, like I said, a 1,200 horse engine. All he has to do is just feather that gas. He's going to fly over and he's going to make the win. That's a nice flight, Fred.
We're about ready to start the second heat of competition as Bigfoot gets ready for another go at it. And it's going to be who? The Virginia Giant.
Virginia Giant coming up against Bigfoot. And, of course, Kramer, here's the situation. You got two fine drivers and two good monster trucks and a close race.
Well, you've got Deal Wilson, a fine driver. Rick Pooser, definitely a good man at Bigfoot 4. Wilson has definitely got the worst lane. He's got that pyramid of cars leaning on him. He's got a right hand, a blind hand side turn to make. Rich, on the other hand, has a good pyramid, has a good left hand turn, can cut it sharper. This is going to be an exciting race all the way around, but I think the foot truck should take this one.
Well, we'll know in just a moment as they stage the trucks for the second round. And, of course, the winner of this will go once again as they just keep eliminating till we have a monster team. It's close. It's very close. They're side by side. Bigfoot takes a little bit of a lead right there, but it's Deal Wilson. It's Deal Wilson coming on strong. Wilson over the hill. It's going to have to be made up if it can be made up on the jump. Rick Pooser swings wide. Wilson has got it. Wilson is right there. Let's see if can he pull it out. Pooser makes a jump. He pulls it out. Rick Pooser pulls it out. He really put the drive on the truck. He was beat by several car lengths until he went to that last set of cars. Jim Kramer, in that last set of cars, the horsepower and the driving came alive and saved him.
Rich had a little bit of trouble on his turn. Once he got straightened out, like I said, you've got a long straightaway, and if you are straight, you can use that acceleration, use that speed, hit those cars, fly off, and win the race. Deal Wilson definitely put the pressure on him. I know he had Rich worried. Rich did a fine job, really fine job.
Rich really had to drive hard for that victory, and he pulled it out, as you said, did a great job. Shows that he is a man under pressure. He's sitting on the line looking for his next.
And take Deal Wilson, making the best of a bad situation. The worst pyramid, the hard turn, and still almost won the race. That's experience for you.
That truly is experience and a great job on the part of Deal Wilson. Well, Rick Hoosier has come around and parked on the line, going back at it immediately. He'll go back to back. He will come up against Bigfoot, against Barefoot. This ought to be quite a race. Fred, as you mentioned, in the far lane, the little bit of problem. And Fred has got to be going through his mind right now what happened on that pyramid of cars just a moment ago.
Oh, it definitely does. This could very well happen again. If Fred can lead the cars a little bit to the right, I think he's going to come off that pyramid a lot.
There it is. Hoosier still after him. It's a close race. Hoosier trying to jump him. Barefoot really out of the lead up over the hill. Now, this is where he won it before. It's a tight race. It's tied up. They are just even. Barefoot will not let up neither one of them. Hoosier's going to go for it. Hoosier is going for it. Can he do it? Can he do it? Oh, my heavens. That was a very, very close race. An action-packed race. It's a photo finish. We're going to look at it. This is the last set of cars, and here is the finish, high in the air. Barefoot is leading it right there, but I believe that Rick passes him right here. The landing is so critical.
Bigfoot actually passed him in the air. Fred was on the cars first, but he had lost his forward momentum. He didn't charge the cars fast enough. On the other hand, Rick had so much speed going when he hit the cars, his speed never stopped. His momentum carried him ahead of Fred while they were flying in the air over the cars. Great run.
A very good run, and they have declared Bigfoot the winner. It was a photo finish, and Rick Hoosier has been declared the winner of that heat. What a race. And here is the Virginia Beach Beast. Watch this wild animal go to work.
Mike, I think I'd love to ride with the man just one time and see what it feels like. Track machine feels like.
22,000 pounds. Watch it turn. This thing is just awesome. Of course, it steers with steering like a bulldozer, two-stick steering, and he does not, he just destroys the cars as he flies over them. Look out. He took a hard dive there as he nosed into the side of the car. This is some machine. The Virginia Beach Beast. That's Bill Townsend's ride. The 73 Blazer mounted on an M4 18-ton tank. It has a blown 454 motor with an automatic transmission, and it weighs over 21,000 pounds. It is absolutely unbelievable. Predator carburetors, and the Virginia Beach Beast is something to see.
Well, there's another challenge to take place, and it's going to be Barefoot actually going up against the tank. Two totally different type of vehicles.
Well, this is going to be some race. This is my first time to see the rubber-tired up against the track vehicle. The maneuverability of the track and the power of Barefoot. Let's see if he can pull it off. Barefoot definitely has it covered. Fred Schaefer says, come on, let's go for it. And Fred Schaefer is just eating up the track vehicle. He makes the turn. The beast is all over it. Fred, all he has to do is keep it straight and go over the car. Watch out, Fred. Watch out, Fred. He made it. Barefoot in the challenge. Beat the beast. And beats him
handily.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Fine run by Fred Schaefer. I'm glad Fred got this close lane. Definitely gave him advantage over the cars. The Beast even had trouble on the awkward cars on the other side.
We're going to watch this. This is where the Beast, I really think, has some problems. This is right at the corner when he goes over the hill.
He's up the hill. Way high, his front end comes down. Actually dozed the front end of the machine right into the dirt, lost speed, makes an excellent turn on the rebound though, Mike. Excellent turn, trying to get around, but this time Fred is already around the corner, going for the finish line. Excellent run by Fred Schaefer.
Back at the Houston Astrodome, and what we're about to see is another demonstration by the very popular Bud Boss.
Gary Collins, El Dorado Springs, Missouri, the Budweiser boss. Let's see how he puts it together tonight. We know he's tough. We've seen him before. Twin-blown Chrysler type. Keith Blackhemy set out in front of the Bud Boss. Watch Gary Collins go to work. Look out, look out. He's made the corner. He's headed out of the building. The box drug it all the way out of the building, made the turn. The box was topped all the way out. Gary Collins, unbelievable action with the Budweiser boss as he just brings it alive and blows it out of the stadium. What a pass for Gary Collins. Let's watch this again. Gary's got it on his mind just as soon as he leaves with the sled. He's got good traction. The tires are hooked in. Watch the box rush up to the top. All of the weight on that machine is topped out, and that's when he makes the turn. He makes a turn and then does it again and heads it right out of the stadium. The flagman is chasing him, waving the red flag, and Gary Collins with the Budweiser boss drags it right out of the building. What a spectacular pull. We've seen him try it before, but he did it right here in the Astrodome tonight. A fabulous run for the Budweiser boss.
Here is the way it ended on the night, Mike Gallaway, on a great finish with Bigfoot, the expected winner, doing it again.
I'll tell you what, it was a real, he won, but he really had to get out there and fight for it tonight. It was not given to him by any means. Rich doing a superb job handling the truck all the way around the course. The pressure was on him several times. He had to come from behind on the straightaway when he was hitting the last set of cars. He makes a good turn, lifting the left front off the ground, and this is where Rich says it's time. If we're going to do it, we've got to do it right here. And it was a photo finish, so very, very close. As you see him fly through the air and headed for that, Bigfoot takes the lead right there in the air, and here is the finish. It is so close. They call Bigfoot the winner, and it was a tremendous night, JP.
And so for Mike Gallaway, and our thanks as well to Jim Kramer, who represented Bigfoot, and for our producer-director Tom Williamson, I'm John Paul Della Camera, bidding you a pleasant good evening from the Astrodome in Houston, Texas. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Budweiser has presented the Ford Houston Food Bank Truck and Tractor Pull World Championships. Tonight's telecast has been brought to you by Budweiser. Beechwood aged for that distinctively clean, crisp taste that makes Budweiser...